Ow! What's up? I'm Wolf Will, and this is my documentation of climbing the hill of life. And today, I want to talk about why I'm starting a YouTube channel. This is going to be my very first YouTube video. I am filming on my phone, literally just like a $100 Android phone. I have never done anything quite like this before, but as you can see, I'm walking on a trail right now. I'm carrying a 50-pound sandbag, getting my hike in on Sunday fun day. It's a beautiful day. But back to the subject of why I'm starting a YouTube video, right? So today I woke up super late actually, and then I went to downtown Austin to hang out with my friends, and we were doing parkour in the city, right? This is something I've done for many years, and I'll get more into my life story and whatnot later on. But for right now, talking about why I'm starting a YouTube video, I go to hang out with my friends. We're gonna go do parkour. There's a parkour community here in Austin. They're awesome people. I love to talk to them and jump around with them. But go to do parkour today, and I'm making my rounds, greeting people, talking to people, you know, especially if you haven't seen them in a little while. I know for me personally, I haven't been super disciplined about going out to do parkour every week. A lot of these guys are out there like every Sunday, so it's good to go say what's up. And walk up to this one guy. I don't really know him super well. I've definitely seen him. I've met him in the past. Crossing a creek there is treacherous, but made it. No scratches, no wet feet. But so I'm talking to this guy. I go to greet him. His name's Aaron, cool dude. And I tell him my name's Will. And he said, like, the Wolf Will? I was like, yeah, the Wolf Will. And it caught me off guard because I'm a parkour coach. I work at the Jungle Movement Academy. I've always loved wolves, and at the jungle, us coaches, we have our jungle animals. Like we have a monkey Matt, we have a toucan Thomas, we have a kangaroo Kyle. All kinds of cool, creative names for animals. Most of the time, we like to alliterate. I just got lucky that my favorite animal, also alliterated with my name, Wolf Will, right? But this guy asked me, the Wolf Will. By the way, his name's Aaron. Like I said, cool dude. He asked the Wolf Will, and it caught me off guard because I was like, "What do you mean the Wolf Will? Like, is there another Wolf Will that I don't know about that's like famous or something?" And I didn't say anything about it, but I just got back into training. And oh man, there's some trees down. We had a winter storm here recently, and they put a bunch of trees in the way of the trail. But besides that, just turning around, going another way. So it made me start thinking, I haven't really done anything to earn the title of the Wolf Will, right? You think about someone, it's because they've done something. They're well known, they're well renowned, and I was like, I haven't really put in the sweat, the work to become a the someone yet, but I do want to be a the Wolf Will at some point. And so here I am. I've wanted to start making YouTube videos for a while, and I've always had reasons, excuses if you will, as to why I haven't started them. You know, I don't have nice camera equipment. I don't know what I'm gonna say. I don't know what my channel's gonna be about, right? And I've always had this problem with perfectionism, right? It's yeah, perfectionism is a nice, fancy way to say that you have a bunch of excuses and you're not doing anything, right? So the journey of 1,000 miles starts with the first step, right? And so I'm taking my first step. This video, I don't imagine more than like 3 people will see it, and that's okay because I'm just making the first one. I'm just putting something on video, right? And regardless of what this turns into, what is more important to me is that I start to document my life. Especially right now, I'm at a very pivotal point in my life. You know, I just broke up with my girlfriend. I'm also in the process of building a company that I won't get into too much right now because it's so early on that I don't want to put it out there and let anyone steal my ideas, because it's a pretty good one, or at least I think so. But I'm realizing that I am at a turning point in my life, and if there were ever going to be a good time to start recording what I'm doing, it would be now. And I think it also helped me with some accountability, just because I'm going to report back to this every week. I want to start telling my future self, hey, I got better every week. You know, I made this improvement this week. I did this, I accomplished this goal this week, so on and so forth. And how I went about those things and how I felt about those things and what I thought about those things. Not only for future me, but one day when I have a family, it would be awesome to have something for my kids to look at too, to kind of see, you know, how their dad came up. Obviously, provided that YouTube is around that long, we'll see. But for now, I'll go ahead and just get started. But like I said, I didn't feel like I earned the title of the Wolf Will, and so this is a way for me to start earning that, right? Start creating sort of a presence. And like I said, it's nothing special. Literally, like, give me just a second. I'll put my water down. I like came up with some talking points on my hand, just like very messily written on my hand with pen. By the way, I should probably look at that. Oh, I'm right on track. Okay, we're doing good. Okay. And I want to be a better version of myself, right? I think we all want to be a better version of ourselves. And so for me, I started the journey of bettering myself many years ago, many years ago. I've always been a very ambitious young man, and I, you know, started off like sweeping parking lot at a grocery store when I was like 10 years old. Made $10 for a couple hours of work, and that was awesome, right? And I would go and shovel snow. This is when I lived in Idaho, and I would rake leaves, you know, stuff like that. You know, normal kid job stuff, right? And then I had a construction job with my stepdad when I was 14, 15, 16, 17. I also got a job at a burger joint very early on. Don't really miss that one. Don't feel like I gained a lot from that job outside of just realizing that I don't want to work in the food industry. Props to those that do. More power to you. I appreciate you, but it's not for me. But after that, I worked at a paintball field. That was a lot of fun. And then following that, I started. I was in high school classes for automotive. It was auto tech, and I had gone to some competitions and stuff like that. And one of the other kids in that class, he noticed, and his dad owns a shop, and so they actually asked me to come and work for them at 18, and I was like, yeah, awesome, let's do it. And I was at the time I was looking into going to trade schools and stuff like that. Fortunately, these guys talked me out of it. Thank goodness. You know, they were like, why would you spend 40 grand to go to a trade school and learn a bunch of stuff that you're going to get paid to learn how to do here, right? And I was like, that is just undeniable logic. Sure, yeah. And so I stuck around there for a few years. And then at the age of 19, I found parkour, right? Obviously, I knew about parkour before this. Everyone's seen all the cool parkour videos and tried to do some stupid stuff at their house that ended up in some form of injury that made you no longer want to do parkour for a little while. But I found a parkour gym. Gym is a great place to facilitate parkour because you have parkour experts. You know, you have your coaches, people that know how to help you do things, and you also have mats. Mats are great for learning how to do parkour. Seriously reduces the consequences of poor parkour practice. And I found parkour at this gym, and I fell in love. You know, I was a crazy kid. I was a kid climbing really high in trees. I was a kid jumping off of houses. I was a kid that always got called a show off at school. And I was like, hey, this is just what I like to do. Just because it looks cool doesn't mean you have to call me a show off. But it's okay. I'm only a little bit upset about it. I forgive those people, right? So I can move on. Just gotta let go of things. But yeah, so I grew up doing all kinds of crazy parkour stuff, not really knowing it. And then I found parkour, like the actual parkour community here in Austin. And like I said, fell in love with it. And from that day forward, I got a membership, and I was at that gym every single day after work. And I would work all day, you know, from 8 in the morning till 6 o'clock at night, and then go to this gym and then train from like 6:30 to like 10 o'clock, and then go home and crash super hard, and then get up and do it all over again. And that was my life. And I progressed pretty quickly, and I made friends. And those friends that were coaches at the gym, they were unfortunately not getting properly compensated or treated very well. And so they decided to make their own gym. And these were the two like coolest parkour coaches at the gym. So I was like, well, you guys are leaving, I'm going with you, right? And these guys are they built the gym that I currently work at. It's the Jungle Movement Academy. It's Matt Johnson and Josh Grant. Really cool guys. They've got plenty of their own content if you want to go and check it out. Really just masters of movement, right? And so I go with these guys, start training with them. We're doing all kind of cool stuff, going outside, going to gymnastics gyms, going to rock climbing gyms. How's it going? Hi. And I continue to fall further in love with parkour and parkour community until the point that I got good enough that I started coaching. I started coaching about a year after I started doing parkour, and I have stuck with it from then on, right? And that to me is just a very primal version of self-improvement. Like, what is my body capable of? You know, as kids we go through that. We're like, look how fast I can run, or watch me jump this far. And our parents, you know, they do their best to be like, yeah, that's awesome. Even though it's like it's a little kid, they're jumping like 3 feet, and you're like, whatever. But for a little kid, that's huge. And so I unlike most people, decided to continue to find out what my body was capable of. And it's a very unfortunate, what I would consider to be epidemic of modern society, that we stop like exploring what our bodies are able to do. And it's a shame. It really is. And so I found parkour. I fell in love with it. It changed my life. Made me walk with more confidence. Maybe just feel all around better about myself. And so I made it my mission to spread that to more people. I was like, I've got to help more people find this and understand how to explore what their body's able to do. And so that was it. That was like, I quit my I quit my mechanicking job and I became a parkour coach, and I've been doing that ever since. And I've loved every minute of it. Like, I would not give that away for anything. And I'm at a point in my journey where I feel a level of stagnation. Not just with my movement, but also just trajectory in life, right? Like I said, I had a girlfriend, and we loved each other a lot. We cared about each other. Had a lot of things that we really enjoyed about each other, but when it came down to it, we just weren't gonna work because I was not in a position to be able to provide for her and provide for the family that we wanted to make. I'm gonna switch shoulders real quick. There we go. Much better. Gotta be balanced. I train both sides. And so we didn't work out, unfortunately. I won't go into great detail as to why, but outside of that. But we actually had broken up a little over a year ago for similar reasons, and we ended up getting back together. But after we broke up, I was thoroughly motivated to figure out, like, okay, how am I gonna start making more money as a parkour coach? How am I going to continue to follow my passion and be able to build the life that I want? Because, you know, yes, I love parkour and I want to do this. This is my dream. But I also want to have a family, you know? I want to be that kind of man that has a good family, is a leader in their community, all those things. And it's hard to do those things if you're broke, just straight up. And so upon us breaking up, getting back together, all that good stuff, I started diving into financial education, super hardcore. I've read, I listened to several books, a lot of which you can find on YouTube for free. I've listened to hundreds of hours of like people on YouTube, like educators on YouTube, whether it's podcasts or just straight up educational channels. And I've made some minor gains. I've probably increased my income by about 50% in the last year, which isn't bad by no means, especially considering you know, the average person working a normal job, they might get a dollar raise here and there, and that's literally like a 5% increase in their income, if that. So increasing my income by about 50% is not bad, but I realized it's like, okay, I still am not doing enough. You know, me and my girlfriend broke up again. Obviously, I'm not doing enough to get to that point where I can provide for us. Also, just take her out on nice dates and stuff like that. And so I started realizing that, okay, maybe just indulging in all of this content and just trying to soak it up and then create some sort of like perfect plan to move forward, I realized I need to start making my own content and start making my own moves. And this is just one of the first of many. So like I said, I'm gonna keep posting these videos periodically, checking in with myself, how I'm doing in life. I will give y'all updates on what I'm doing. So for starters, right now, like I said, My girlfriend and I are breaking up. We currently still live in the same apartment together. That has its ups and downs. First of all, we like I said, we still care about each other. We don't hate each other. We haven't had like a big falling out, and so there's still quite a bit of pain relief from our breakup as far as us continuing to be intimate and talk to each other. But we've also had our fair share of arguments, and it started to get toxic. Started to get very toxic, and so much so that like I yelled at her. And some of you may be thinking, ooh, you yelled at her, but that's not me, right? That's not who I am. I'm not someone who yells at people. And I don't even remember what I said to her. Like, straight up, I don't think I said anything mean to her. I just said something very loud. And it was just a pure expression of rage and anger. And those are not things I usually express in that manner. And so we both came to the agreement that we're not going to argue anymore. We do still have plenty of discussions that lead to the same place of us breaking up, but we're not arguing anymore, so thank goodness for that. But the other thing is that we're still living together. We still talk to each other. We still have the dopamine and serotonin production coming from being intimate and, like I said, in close proximity to each other. And so we are working on parting ways. I'm actually going to be leaving her to at the end of March, and she's going to keep the apartment. Fortunately for her, she has the means to pay for that apartment, like no problem. I won't really go into what she does to be able to do that, but she does have the wherewithal to do so. So I don't feel bad about leaving her with that apartment. And me, I am going to be roughing it, kind of. I'm going to be living out of the back of my truck, and showering and doing all my hygiene stuff at like 24-hour fitness, and probably couch surfing here and there to wash my clothes and whatnot. But all of this is an attempt to reduce my cost of living as much as possible while I'm increasing my income, because I do want to be financially stable in the very near future. And this is the best way to do that, the fastest way to do that for sure. And as I'm making this channel, I will take y'all through that process and what that looks like. And it'd be cool if some people watch, but at the same time, like I said, I don't really care. It's more for me, and just watching myself grow and seeing how far I've come. At this point, I'm really rather rambling, and I've gone way past my talking notes, or way off direction. I forgot there is one more thing. And for me, that one of the biggest lessons that I've taken away from the last few years of my life is how important it is to be able to let go. How important it is to be able to detach from circumstances or things or people, or really it's the ability to detach, to let go of expectations of outcomes, right? And what I mean by that is we all think about what we want to do or what we want to happen. We all have this ability to fantasize what we want our future to look like, and we put it in a much brighter light than reality has the capacity to realize, right? And so a lot of times, even if you do happen to do something super awesome, it's never going to be as amazing as what you built up in your head, right? But also, The ability to let go, the ability to detach, gives you a great deal of freedom, right? Because when you are bound by expectations, it seriously restricts your capacity, your abilities as a human being to expand what you're doing in this world, in this life. And so for me, one of the big things that I had to let go of was this relationship. You know, I obviously like this girl a lot. Love her, really, truly, care about her, and I hope that things go well for her. I really do. But I realized a long time ago that what was happening in our relationship wasn't going to work for me, and I wasn't willing to let go. I wasn't willing to be honest with her about what I wanted, because I knew that it would probably lead to us breaking up. And I held on to this relationship way too long, and it got to the point where it was becoming toxic. It was no longer good for us. And so I had to man up and have a real conversation with her, and it did end us breaking up, unfortunately. But with that letting go, I am able to now move forward in my life and do things that are very important to me. So say for instance, staying with this girl, it was difficult because she liked nice things. She had a taste for the finer things in life, and I did my best, absolute best that I could to just keep up with her, right? I'm not even trying to say that like I was trying to give her the finer things in life. She paid for most of it.
Total distance 1 mile. Total time 28 minutes and 32 seconds.
I was trying to just keep up.
Split pace 28 minutes,
like,
32 seconds per mile.
Apartment that we're in. I was spending way more for rent than I should have been. Like I was actually able to. And so, and that's just one example. There were many things I was spending way more money on than I should have been able to. And so I got more into debt. I have not been able to pay off any debts. Like I owe money to the IRS that hopefully don't hunt me down because of this video. I do plan on paying it, by the way, in the very near future. I have lots of credit debt. My credit is just like screwed, and I haven't been able to do anything to fix any of those things. I have been working really, really hard just to keep up with this relationship, literally working 70, 80, 90-hour weeks just to try and keep up with the financial requirements of this relationship, and it was killing me. It was absolutely destroying me, breaking down my spirit, and it got to the point where I didn't have energy for the relationship. You know, I was working so hard that I didn't even have energy for the relationship, and that was really hard on her, and I had to realize that I had to let her go because I love her, and because I had to love myself as well, and put myself in a position where I'm not spinning my wheels, stuck in a rut, and keeping her there with me. So yeah, letting go is super important, right? Letting go is very important to be able to move on with your life, and I'll go deeper into that, but for now I'm kind of drawing a blank to some degree. It's also getting kind of dark, and so I'm gonna go ahead and sign off of here, and I will keep posting in the future. See y'all later.